Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tiffany. How you doing today? Look at what I found at my Dollar Tree. It's a little hanging wall shelf. That's what it should look like when it's put together. It cost me all of $1.50. And I thought, ooh, this would be a wonderful little project for us. So, starting off, I'm going to just use a little bit of sandpaper, 100 grit, just because I noticed that around the holes that they created for us, it was very rough. So I just want to get those rough threads gone. Take off the looser fibers from their cutting. Get those knocked off on the edges. Using these little medicine cups as little stands. Now, I am actually not using a regular white. I am using a pearl white metallic acrylic paint, non-toxic, and giving this a coating. That way we can get the wood sealed. Alright, we're going to get this all painted, and once I have this side painted, I will let it dry for a few minutes, and then I will go ahead and paint the other side also. And make sure you put paint on the sides, the edges. Alright guys, we're back. Paint is dried on the board, and I'm mixing the resin right now. I'm using some tabletop resin, and we will go ahead and start getting into the cups. Just a little bit into each little tub. Get a little surface on there. That way if I need to steal a little bit back out of the color containers, we can do that. Just a real thin layer. That way my colors will be able to hopefully move a little easier. Just get it spread all the way out. I feel like maybe we should have just a tiny bit more. So, looks like this one has just a little bit more than the others. I found these at a place called Ollie's. If you're in the United States, there's a good chance you're familiar with the place. But they had these opaque dyes, and I want to try them out. I want to see if their dyes are any good, because I think they were $1 for 4. Alright, so I think we can start. What do you think? Think maybe a little bit more on the midnight? I think so. Probably because I added that little bit. Let's see. A little better, but it's just not the coloring I'm going for. Alright, I have a little bit of this midnight blue. I'm going to add just a little bit to it. Midnight Blue by Black Diamond. Alright, let's try that again. That's a little bit more like what I was looking for. This really isn't what I want. One moment. Little Sterling Lining by Meyspring. Meyspring. There we go. That's a little more silvery. Alright, that's a good start. Now we need to just go around the edge. Yes, I figured it would be dripping off. That actually was not a problem to me. I just want to make it where the coloring is a little more fluid looking. Puts a little instant color there. Why waste what has dripped off? No reason. Use it. I'm going around the bottom lip, making sure to grab remove any of the drips that are holding on. Alright, we are back, and this is all cured. I think it's looking very, very nice. Now then, we do still have to do the back side. So before we do this side, we now need to use some Elmer's glue, and we are going to do a coating on this side. That way it will protect it from having any drips. And then we'll just be able to peel this off once it's cured. And I'm just taking it right up to the edge. And I'll bring it inward more, but right now I want to focus on the outer edge. I do plan on doing the other side very similar to the way I did this side. You'll see. I'll do it in high speed. Okay, so everything has cured up nicely. This is our first side, this is our second side. And let's go ahead and get these little cups out of the way. We're done using them. And first, we need to get the glue off. And the reason why I put the glue on, because all these drips here we'll be able to remove when we remove the dried Elmer's glue. It basically creates a barrier between the resin project and the resin. See how the resin drips are stuck to the Elmer's glue instead of the resin project? Yay! Alright, we have it removed. Now we need to make or remake the holes. So I just have this little hand drill. You know what? I'm getting the real drill. Alright, I just did the one hole. And once I got it through, I then went back through just a little bit. Like that. To make the hole clean. I'm going to go outside though and take care of the other 3 holes because it's making quite a mess. Be right back. Alright, I have the Elmer's glue peeled off the back. I have the holes re-drilled. So now it's time to get our string in. Cord, rope. It's only got one. So I guess we have to cut it. Alright, scissors. Now, since we have to cut it anyhow, looks like right there will be center. We can go ahead and put some tape on the string to make it easier to run it through the holes. Just very tightly, snugly wrap that tape around. There we go. Right in the middle. Yay! It is done. Alright, now that it's done, I want to show you something. It's a little extra surprise. After I coated it with the regular pearl white paint, I let it dry and then I added some glow in the dark paint to it. Can you see that? Let me see. Look! My daughter's boyfriend has a fish tank where he uses black lights. So I thought this would be nice for him to use for having his fish food, things like that, setting on. And that way it'd be right above it. The other side does glow also. So I figured that UV light has a good chance of coming in contact and making it glow. And if it doesn't, okay, it's still really cool without the glow. But that's just like a little extra hidden surprise in it that you'll only know if you have a black light. Fun, fun. All right, guys, you have a great day. Bye for now.